And welcome to Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, as an East Coast guy, you've traveled the globe. You can appreciate the thirst and the passion of these fans.
There's no doubt about it. It lives here in Philadelphia. And how about only a couple of years ago, this team had just won 28 games. Now we're talking about them potentially winning an NBA championship.
They've waited a long time, and now perhaps comes the reward. The Mavericks begin the game with the basketball.
Hey, screen.
Brunson, the drive, right to the basket. Now a steal by Philly. Taking advantage of the turnover.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Luka Doncic. Here comes the screen. Rebound cleared by Philly. Into the front court comes Simmons. Leads a bucket. Big finish at the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Brunson. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Dallas has it. Brunson to Luka Doncic. Takes stock of the floor. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Harris sets him up, throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Here's Simmons with it up top. Leads 4. To Richardson. There it is, Al Horford. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
Brunson.
Cutter, get a tag.
Right.
Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in. And the rebound taken down by Harris. Simmons into the front court. 8-2 our score. To Tobias Harris. Short jumper off the mark.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
To Porzingis. Here comes the screen. Porzingis. Dallas with 4 to shoot. Hand in his face, still hits. You don't see that very often.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
I'm here.
Simmons with it. They lead it. 4-point game. To Horford. Simmons to Horford. For 3. His first effort off the mark. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Hold on.
Brunson. Got it.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Richardson. To Horford. And look out. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
To Hardaway. Brunson.
Screen.
To Porzingis. 5 on the shot clock.
Back door coming.
Porzingis. Good sign that time, Jay, as they going to go down. But now let's see if they can get a stop on the other end.
If you're looking at this game like you're looking at your week, it's the first quarter, which means that it's Monday. It's early. Just because you had a bad Monday doesn't mean you can't have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Were you the kind of person who always had that case of the Mondays?
No, it's always Friday, my friend.
That's the way to do it. That's it for the first quarter. It's the Sixers out in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Lee with the basketball. They trail by 7. From the outside, no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Lays it up and in.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Lee.
Hey, shut up.
Short jumper won't go down. Oh, good defense there as the Mavs take it away. Lee, terrific vision. Kylo Quinn sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Richardson. Mavericks with the possession. He gets it.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Josh Richardson, he's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Here comes the screen. To Seth Curry. Five on the shot clock for the Mavs. Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there. Sixers control it. Great look and vision. Ah, the monster stuff. The Mavericks signal for timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball.
Seth Curry to Porzingis. 5 on the shot clock for the Mavs. Has a chance. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
4-3. The rebound taken down by the Sixers.
That's me. I got ball.
Embiid to Simmons.
Shot going up. Box out.
Joel Embiid. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Dallas owns the basketball.
Shot the ball.
To right. Here comes the screen.
Right.
Josh Richardson sends it away. That's out. Last touch by Josh Richardson. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 42, Al Horford.
Doncic. Nice pass to set things up.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Simmons with it. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Embiid to Horford. And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
KP, Kristaps Porzingis. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Simmons to Richardson. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Mavericks with the basketball. Right to Luka Doncic. Gets it in the left corner. Hardaway. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses. Long heave from 3/4 court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The 76ers were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Mavericks have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers. for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Field goals.
As long as there's time left on the game clock, no lead is truly safe. They just have to be ready to seize every opportunity in the second half.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Philadelphia with the basketball.
Match up.
Simmons. Pass stolen by the Mavericks. Doncic to Brunson.
Got to get through the screen. Get through it. Left.
To Luka Doncic. Has a look. Deep two there. Won't go.
I got ball.
Richardson to Embiid. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Josh Richardson. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
To Hardaway. To Brunson.
Too slow. Give me the rock.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen.
Push that.
Shot clock winding down. Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Scores from the post.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
My ball.
To Luka Doncic. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. Simmons to Horford.
I got ball.
There it is, Al Horford. He's now 4 for 6.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. Misfires. It's no good. Sixers have the basketball.
I got ball.
Simmons to Richardson. Probing the defense. Kristaps Porzingis. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Brunson to Hardaway.
Right. Uh-oh, it's too easy.
Porzingis. It's Embiid with the rebound.
My ball.
Richardson to Embiid. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
First one, count it.
Good shot.
Two for 2 on that trip.
Yeah, good shot, Roy. Way to hit, way to hit.
Dallas with the possession. Right to Seth Curry. Here comes the screen.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Won't go down.
I got ball. Let's go.
Kristaps Porzingis swats it and counted at the rim.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Short jumper off the mark. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Jonah Bolden, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
That's a good shot.
Seth Curry to right.
Right.
Seth Curry to Porzingis. From the painted area, won't go down. Desperation shot here from half court. 3 quarters down and a great start for the 76ers. Dallas with the basketballs. We begin the 4th quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
To Tobias Harris.
Here we go.
There it is, Al Horford. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Into the front court comes Simmons. His guys holding the big lead. To Tobias Harris. Embiid. Josh Richardson. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Good shot, boy. Good shot.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Mavericks right now at the controls.
Watch the cutter, man.
To Seth Curry. KP, Kristaps Porzingis. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Simmons to Embiid.
Shot up. I have my hand up.
Just off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Seth Curry to right. Nothing going here on that drive.
Hand up.
No good. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
It's that time. Rick Carlisle going to his bench. Missed the foul shot. To Luka Doncic. To right. Hand in his face, still hits. You don't see that very often.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Horford to Tobias Harris. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Dallas has it. Doncic to right. Able to convert inside.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
Here's Simmons with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Tobias Harris.
Double team.
Can't connect from in close.
My ball.
Al Horford with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Brunson.
Gotta come through.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Missed it. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Harris to Embiid. And finishes strong. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Brunson to Hardaway. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Harris to Embiid. 5 on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Embiid is such an outlier. There's nothing normal about him, nor does he want anything to be normal about him, which is even scarier with a guy with that kind of talent who possesses that type of mentality. A guy that big, that dominant down low, that boy different.
The Sixers are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers won this matchup with a significant margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Mavericks did not look good in this one, and neither did the score. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Dallas Mavericks suffered a discrepancy in their rebounding, and in turn, it resulted in a loss. Rebounds are certainly not a glamorous stat, but wins are. And without competitive rebounding, you're not going to get wins.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.